So what part of your life is this taken from? Which part? This pilot, this series.
It's called Shevolution, and it's the story of a recovering alcoholic and drug addict who...
Oh, that part of your life.
Yes. Who marries another alcoholic drug addict who has bipolar disorder.
Oh, could it get any worse?
I told you I'm a girl who loves trouble.
Okay.
So yeah, that was taken from an aspect of my life. I was married to a recovering alcoholic drug addict who has bipolar disorder and schizoaffective. He was great for a couple of years, and then his mental illness came back, and he relapsed. He's in jail right now. I told you I'm very honest about everything. I'm
Was
totally
there abuse?
transparent.
Did it lead to abuse?
Yes, it did.
Like
And
physical abuse?
yes.
The reason why I'm asking, someone close to my family, just this week, right? I'm dealing with that because there was physical abuse
Yeah.
with one of my siblings in the past that I did not know about. One of
Right.
my sisters, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it because only to find out that the partner has bipolar tendencies.
Yeah.
So, if you're watching this,
Yeah.
it's hard.
It's
No?
a
I'm sorry to hear
thing.
that for you.
It's okay. And like I said, I create art because personally, it's my healing process.
Yeah.
That's what I know how to do, and I also love getting my artist friends together, and making something out of this story. And this situation is very universal.
Yep.
It happens to a lot of people, and there's a lot of shame involved in being a domestic violence survivor. And so my goal in making this film was to, hopefully I can help dispel that shame.
God bless you.
Because we cannot live in shame and fear.
Yes.
Like I was talking to people while I was making this, or telling them I was going to make this, that I was writing this project. People would be like, "Aren't you afraid that he's gonna come at you?" Or aren't you afraid? I was like, that's exactly the reason why I'm making it, is because I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid, and I want other people, may you be a woman or a man experiencing similar situations, that you don't have to be afraid.
I agree.
You gotta tell your truth, no matter how shameful it is, and get into the process of healing, because we're here in this earth to have fun, to enjoy life, to be happy. And if there are things that are keeping you from that, I've seen so many people taken out by alcoholism, drug addiction, because they have these secrets that they're so ashamed of to tell. And those, there's this cliche, but I think that it's really true. You're only as sick as your secrets.
Ooh.
So,
Ganda.
I think that's why transparency is very important.
Yeah,
to
like
me.
your vulnerability could actually brings out the best in you, because the more vulnerable you are, the more you allow other people to help you heal, actually, because you can't do it alone.
Right. And then you're helping them and they help
Yes,
you.
yes.
It's like this, we're helping one another. And that's what we're here for, because we're all just wanting,
Yeah.
a good life. Like they were comfortable and happy. And, that's what most people want, right? So that's why it's important for me to make this movie, and we just got finished. When I make a project, I'm very super particular. particular.
So it takes time.
It takes time for me. Like I have to have the best cinematographer, the best director for the project, the best actors. Like I take my time.
Speaking of actor, you acted in it, right? What character did you portray? Did you portray?
I portrayed me.
Oh my God.
And it's
Oh.
part of the method acting thing too. Like
You were okay going back to that
it was hard, but I knew it was part of my process.
because you can choose not to it. Right? You could play support. You could, but to actually jump into it again.
Yeah,
Wow.
because there Jessica Hagedorn is one of my mentors. She's actually very instrumental in helping me become a writer, and I worked with her because I was in Dog Eaters, and we became barcadas, and we drank together and all that. So and Jessica Hagedorn, she's a novelist now, but back in the 70s and the 80s, she did performance art a lot
Yes.
when performance art was a thing.
Yeah.
And so she did a lot of one-person shows, one-woman shows, and she was the only Filipina that did that at that time.
Like monologuing and
Yeah, and she played all sorts of characters, like she was definitely my role model for what I do. So I was writing a play about Filipino immigrants, actually called Stateside Girls, and we were talking, and she and I was like, maybe I won't play a part in this. I'll just be the writer and
Right.
see how the actors interpret the role and stuff like that. And she was always like, oh, it's best if you always play it yourself, because you know what the story is. You know it more than anybody else can
True.
know it.
that's true.
So yeah, so
that's what
why
led you to
it's
take it-
easier that way too.
look at you, the way you're saying it, it's easier that way too. It's in my head. I'm like, it's easier if it did not happen in real life. But in this case, you're playing someone like you that kind of actually, I don't know what the plot is, but based on what you're saying, similar or in parallel to what happened to you in real life, diba? So that's the. Oh my God.
It was hard
Yeah.
because I had to relive moments that are very difficult.
First, you had to write those moments,
Yeah.
the lines, the abuse that came in, based.
The writing was not hard because I just had to write what happened.
Right.
I didn't have to make anything up.
Correct.
And so that was fast. I wrote it in 4 days. Like, it was really sort of easy.
Right.
The hard part was, the making of it, because like you have to do it a couple of takes and you're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go back to this place. I don't, it's so much emotional labor. It's so much. But I just told myself, like, you got to do this. You got to do this. Just live through it, do it, and you're gonna like help a lot of people. You're gonna open doors for people to tell their own stories too, and this is like my mission in life, basically, is to help other people be able to tell theirs.